little stars. Welcome to Wiggle and Learn.
Let's play. Simon says. Remember, only do it if Simon says. Ready? Simon says, clap your hands. Simon says, jump real high. Simon says, spin around. Simon says, reach the sky. Yoga actions. Clap, jump, spin, stretch. Simon says, do it if I call. Listen close, don't get tricked at all. Simon says, join the fun today. But don't you move if Simon doesn't say. Simon says, touch your toes. Simon says, stomp your feet now, wave your arms around. Oops, Simon didn't say. Call it pause for giggles as kids get caught. Simon says, roar like a lion. Simon says, hop like a bunny. Simon says, wiggle like a fish. Simon says, laugh real funny. Caught it! Animal moves with silly faces. Faster, faster, quick, obey. Slower, night and day. Simon says, what will Simon say? Do it fast, then freeze and stay. Switch between fast and slow moves. Simon says, march in place. Simon says, tiptoe small. Simon says, dance around. Simon says, hug them all. Coda, march, tiptoe, dance, hug motion. Simon says, clap, kids clap. Simon says, stomp, kids stomp. Touch your head, no Simon. Simon says, jump, kids jump. Simon says, spin, kids spin. Simon says, jump to the sky. Simon says, sit down low. Simon says, wave goodbye. One more move before we go. Simon says, do it if I call. yourself a big clap and a cheer. See you next time.